Well, it's been a long day. I got some new fish. I just thought I'd show you. It's just going to be a 30-minute video. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm not going to go too far into depth. I'm just going to show you tanks today, and I'm just really not going to talk much. Sorry, I had to throw that back there. I have recycle back there, don't worry. Woo! My mess. Like, really? Move these out of the way. You know what I use now? There's my Demon Sony. He ran right away. There's Hitler's mate, aka Bill Clinton. There's Bill Clinton. Look at Bill Clinton. That's Bill. Little old Bill. You know, Bill is Bill. Anyway, the new fish I got today are right there in the net. The reason they're in the net is because I usually get guppies like twice a week. And now I'm slowing down on doing that because I have two different tanks and I don't need to cloud them up with ammonia. Anyways, the point is the reason why I used to get guppies twice a week is because I own two different cichlid tanks, and this is my 20 that you're looking at right now. That's my 30 next to me, and this guy is like my new favorite fish. I used to have a different favorite fish in the other tank, but we've moved on from him being the favorite to the one in the other tank being the favorite to being the fish that's just swimming around with a bunch of cichlids. I think he's either a bass or possibly a cichlid. We don't know yet. We haven't figured it out. But as you can see, Uma Aberdeen is right there poking at the bottom of the net thinking she's going to get a guppy, which is funny. She's actually the one that scares guppies into the net. Yeah, like I'll go out and buy Gambusia, which there's one right there, I believe. You can't see him because the light's right in the way, but he is right on top of the water. There, you can see like that. He's right by the filter. Anyhow, this tank really cleared up within the last couple of days, so I'm liking what I see. You know what I mean? And yeah, basically that's my new favorite fish right there. I haven't named it yet though. Once I do, I'll name it. This guy just got healed from a very bad lip problem. You can see he lost the front of his lip, and it wasn't very good. That guy there, he was getting picked on by another red-tailed shark that is now in the 30 next to me. But yeah, this is the tank we're really focusing on today because it's my newer one and it's now cleaned up. Sorry, running at the roof, you can't see. Anyway, we can take a look at the 30. But I really think I'm not going to get close enough. You're sitting on my head. Yep, that's as close as you're going to get. And yes, you quite literally are sitting on my head. So if I move my head, you move. But yeah, that's as close as I can get without dropping my camera. Now you're on my shoulder. Ah, don't fall! Okay, maybe you might see some of the 30. If I can hold it still enough. Nope. There we go. Yeah, you're totally resting on my shoulder. I wish you would stretch to that tank so I could just set it on top of the tank and you could look in, but I cannot stretch it that far. Because I have the computer in a certain area. Oh, the light just went out. I wonder why he's over there in the corner like that. He's probably getting picked on because he was bullying somebody. That usually happens when you're being a jerk. Anyhow, I'm going to reposition the cam to where I had it last night because that's a really good spot. Voila! Yeah, you can see my dinner and what else I had for everything out, or while I sat here and whatnot. Anyhow, yeah, I'm just trying to get one video out a day on each channel that I have, and I have 5 active channels. So that's a lot of video coverage to do, and it's a lot easier when you're able to actually see me talking instead of have the cam on my shoulder and such, because the shoulder kind of wobbles too much because I'm very jittery. Always have been, and probably always will be. but it's okay, you know. These guppies though, I didn't tell you, they're not gambusia. They're tetra guppies, and you know, I think they sell those when they run out of mosquito fish, aka gambusia, and they're okay though. I mean, I don't mind feeding them to my fish. I just don't feed them as often to my fish. I feed them in a net. I feed those guys in a net. I leave them in the net, is what I'm telling you. And then I'll drop them one or two in at a time instead of, you know, letting them gorge, because that's the proper thing to do. Which is okay, you know. It's like they all have their own personalities, really. Even little fish like that, I mean, they have personality because they got little flares of tails. You can see that they're nano guppy tails. They're really pretty. Just my opinion, but yeah, I gotta go to the restroom real quick, so I will return in about 4 minutes or maybe less. I don't have anybody in the chat room unmuted, by the way, so because it echoes back into Google videos. So it's none of you guys I'm talking to. I'm talking to YouTube. Ground frozen solid. Did I lose the email? I don't think so. No, I just minimized it when I left. Oh, I had to pee. So, you know. By the way, I water my planters with water that is from the tanks. And that tank is a little low right now, the one behind me. This one. But as you can see, I've got a tiger barb in there, which I didn't know was in the tetra family at all, or anything like that. And I've got red-tailed shark in there. I've got red-tailed shark in 20. I've got African cichlids in the 20 and only African cichlids in the 20. And the 30, I have African cichlids and some South Americans. And also, I didn't know this about tiger barbs. Not only are they in the tetra family, but they're also kind of in the cichlid family by technicality. And I'll get into that in another video. But we got like 14 minutes left of this video. I only doing 30-minute videos for now of this. And, you know, I plan not to talk too much, or if I'm talking some, I'm going to explain, or vice versa, have a topic to talk about. And usually it's going to be fish related, or if I get other pets, like I'm talking about getting scorpions, you'll know, you'll be updated. I'll have to change this from or I'll have to start a channel for scorpions, or vice versa, just throw some scorpion videos on here. I know you're probably like, why scorpions, Nick? Well, I used to keep scorpions as a kid, and people probably find that very weird and very awkward. And why was a kid keeping scorpions? Well, I lived in Arizona. It was one of the pets I could have, and they're easy to catch. So, but yeah, that guy behind me is so audacious. He just sits there and sits there and sits there and begs and begs and begs for food. He has not been fed yet today, so he will get his food. He will get his fill. He just needs to calm his little tits, as I'd say. Oh, I've also got a ghost shrimp back here who's pregnant and ate another shrimp. I didn't know that could happen. Again, a lot of things you learn when you're restarting up a hobby you had as a little kid. This tank really didn't get enough food because how many people or fish are in here. I forget they're not people. I sometimes call them that because I get ahead of myself and talk too much. He is looking for a different type of food because he knows he does not like that food that I just put in. He likes the orange ones. He likes these for whatever reason. That was a catfish, by the way. He'll come back out. He'll see that the orange. Why are you hiding in the corner? I really want to know. Is there a reason behind it? Do you have a split tail? Do you have problems with you? Are you being beat on? Do I need to put you in the 20? He's an African. That's why I'm talking to him like that. He probably needs some love. He needs to go in a different tank. Because obviously they pick on him in there and aren't very nice to him. So and you see, I just put all those orange pellets in there. He came up to the top and did a shovel mouth and went, I'm eating it all. I'll put a few more in there, not too much. The Oscar likes them too. None of the fish in there really like these, though. But I've found that guppies will eat these when you crush them. You have to crush them, though. So if you're ever looking for a food to give guppies, there you go. I know it's not proper, but they'll eat it. They'll eat about anything, though, really. See, he's up there again, shovel mouthing it. The reason why I keep a net in the tank is because you want to keep a net wet in case you ever have to dip in. So then when you're putting it in, you aren't, giving them non-wetness to their body. Vice versa, yeah. It's better to have it wet because, or vice versa, have multiple different nets and not interchange them between tanks. But I only have the big one for now, but that's okay because these two tanks share water, but they also this one is at a higher pH than this one because that's the only way to manage this one. But sometimes they share water, like when this one's having problems, I'll put water in from this one into that one, even though it has, like I said, a higher pH. The pH in this one is, I believe, an 8 or an 8.2. But pretty fairly even for what's in there. And I found that with the higher pH level with that catfish, because he hides in the shell back there behind my head. Sorry. He sorry, somebody else looked still hungry in this tank because I really didn't put that much in this tank. I don't try to feed this tank too much right now because, like I said, it's still cycling. You can still kind of see some discoloration to it. I mean, like, it's not as blue as this one yet. And that blueness is what you want. You want the blue looking color because the blue looking color is healthy looking water. For me, anyhow. That's just my California experience. Now, when I lived in Arizona, that was a whole different story. We had RO water going through the house, so you always had to add stuff in and whatnot. And the water was usually pretty good out there. The minerals were fine. The mineral levels were fine. Everything else was fine. And it was just, you had to add some things. And like out here, I have to completely buffer my water. RODI, ammo lock, calcium out, or vice versa. Yeah, it's the water in California is crap. Just so you know. And then you got all these bottling companies out there bottling our lakes up like no tomorrow. And like I just told you, our water isn't that great. And yet they're still pushing our water out like no tomorrow. But again, I digress on that. I'm not going to go into that. That's not what this video is about. Anywho. I don't know if that shrimp will eat these pellets. I just tried to see if he will. If he doesn't, then whatever. But I mean, because she's pregnant. But the point is, trying to change it up. Anyhow, that's enough of that, of these. Which means they go back up there. Sometimes I can crush these pellets in my fingers. Sometimes I can't. Anyhow. Supposedly, the YouTube app will no longer work after April 25th, 2017 for you YouTubers out there. Wondering what that means. Are they doing a new layout, or are they doing something different, or? And he got fed last night. He doesn't need to be overfed. He doesn't get fed every day, is what I'm saying. He gets fed maybe twice, 3 times a week. Because there's a lot of algae in there as well towards the back. So there's food in there for him, is what I'm basically telling you. And on these nets hold a lot of stuff he can eat, calcium included. That's one thing they need the most of. Well, Placostomus says anyway, and shrimp, I believe. I could be wrong, but there's something else that needs that too, and I'm trying to think of what it is. Doesn't matter right now. Anywho, I'm gonna get out of here in 3 minutes. 3 minutes flat. I just thought I'd tell you that. Anywho, bye, people. Have a blessed weekend. I hope God blesses you all, you and yours. And this guy's spitting out his food and regurgitating it. Spitting out his food and regurgitating it. He obviously doesn't like those pellets that much. He likes the sinking pellets that they throw in there. And anyhow, starting another hangout in 30 minutes on WoW, World of Warcraft, on my Nick's Funtime Gaming channel. If you like gaming, go check it out. If you don't, leave your comments below about what you think I should put into the tanks, or what you think I should do next, or what you think I should change. If you think you can afford to donate to my PayPal, I'm going to put it up today onto this page, and vice versa. If you don't think you can, that's cool too. I don't care. Vice versa. I'm not asking for money. Okay? Okay. Anywho, have a blessed day, and God bless you. And may you have a joy-filled weekend.